Chapter 11. I did my hair the night before because I knew I would have a lot of work ahead of me the following morning with getting the baby ready as well as getting myself ready. I wanted Miguel Jr. to look like a real angel in more ways than one. He was to be the ring bearer carried by my sister. He would wear a snow white suit with a little white cowboy hat designed just for him. Everything was made out of silk. He would have a little pillow with a beautiful pair of wings resting on his tummy with one ring tied to each wing. We were actually on time, and our ride was also on time. My mother, who was a stickler for time, left about 30 minutes before us with the baby, my father, and my sister. She wanted to make sure I had some time to fuss over myself a little. Not that I had to do much fussing myself, because, as usual, the motherly Janine did all the fussing for me. With friends like her, who needs a mother? My mother had said. But of course, I fussed over her no less. Of course, Mom had 3 bottles of milk for Miguel, just in case the ceremony is a bit too long, I had said. The bridesmaids had left about 5 minutes after them, along with the groomsmen. The groomsmen had gotten ready at our other house, but their orders came from our house. Molly ensured that everything went smoothly, so I had nothing to worry about, just making myself and my handsome son pretty and keeping Janine calm. Molly was so taken in her task that she was almost late. As it turned out, a laughing Janine and I had to help her get ready. We left in time for the 5-minute ride to the church. There was an atmosphere of excitement in the car, and we couldn't sit still, constantly babbling about what our expectations of the decor were. Of course, Molly, who had every little detail of how the church was set up, kept her lips tightly sealed, with a smug smile playing at her lips all the time. When we got to the church, everything and everyone was already in place, and the photographer started taking pictures instantly, seeming to want to capture every moment. The videographer joined her as my father opened the door for me and as Janine's father opened the door for her. She had decided that she wanted a normal wedding with her father giving her away, much to his delight. But normal was certainly not what it was going to be. Everyone, with the exception of about 2 families, is here on time. Looks like your mother's threats really worked wonders. That was my father informing me of the happenings on the inside, which we could not see at all. Every window was closed along with the side entrances. The main entrance was curtained. The decor was still a total secret to me and Janine. The guys had just taken our general ideas and fed them to the family and those doing the decorating. We still had no idea what the fine-tuned planning had produced. Absolutely no idea what they had settled on. We were just hoping and praying that we wouldn't be disappointed. My mom had let them visit the church the night before to ensure that our ideas had been interpreted correctly, since we were not allowed to come within a mile of the compound. A hint of white silk could be seen on the base of the curtains as we moved toward the building. 2 ushers in 3-piece suits guarded the doorway. They certainly were not wearing the suit I had heard being discussed the month before when we were still in Chicago. As we were escorted to the door by our fathers, 2 little girls came running out of nowhere and started scattering rose petals at our feet before entering the church, shouting, "The brides are coming! The brides are coming!" "Are we at the right wedding, Marcia?" Janine asked with a look which showed that she was pleasantly shocked. "Welcome to your paradise wedding," the 2 ushers said with huge smiles, tipping their hats and parting the curtains in perfect coordination as we approached them. What awaited us on the inside totally surpassed my expectations, and by a glance at Janine's face, it totally surpassed hers too. We were almost unable to start our song as we took our positions. Almost. The entire roof above us was draped in peach and white silk. There were also butterflies with wings that matched the ones on the ring pillow suspended from the roof on both sides of the aisle. The backs as well as the sides of the benches had been draped in tulle and flowers. At the opposite ends of the benches, there were helium-filled balloons tied to ribbons with flowers tied at the end of each ribbon. The flowers had been attached atop the benches. The arch at the altar was filled to overflowing with peach roses. The floor had been spread with white silk down the aisle and was covered with the petals which the little girls had been spreading. The bridal party had already gone ahead of us. As we started singing and walking down the aisle, butterflies were let out of cute little boxes by the persons in each row we walked by. I could also see many more of these little boxes on the benches, so my guess was that there were more to be let out as we left the building. As they flew, they each came to rest on the fabric above or on the flowers that were to be found all over the building, adding to the aesthetic appeal of the church. We were just so swept away that I wondered how we got through our song in one piece. I didn't even remember what I was singing. It all poured out with the type of smoothness that said we had practiced it over and over on autopilot. But as for concentrating on the words or anything else, that was totally impossible. By the time we got to the altar, I could hardly make out the tears that were brimming in Janine's eyes because of the tears that almost blinded my own. Our mums beamed with pride, and Janine's father stood silently as the tears flowed gently down his cheeks. I felt so complete. Everyone I loved was in one place. Miguel Jr. peeping up at me from his aunt's hands, my parents, Janine, Molly, my pastor, both senior and junior. We had spoken and resolved the issue over the phone after Miguel had arrived in Chicago. The remainder of our families and friends and the decor was perfect. We sang the opening hymn as Janine and I fought back tears. We seemed to be sharing all the same emotions today. Our partners stood attentively by, telling us just how beautiful we looked. Then I just couldn't take it anymore. I just let them flow. That had Miguel working assiduously to save my makeup. I had told him how hard I would have tried to save it, but now it really didn't matter as much. As we came to the exchange of vows, we turned to face each other. I had managed to get the tears under control. The pastor let Miguel and I go first. Marcia, you are everything in the world to me. I'm definitely not deserving of your love or your hand in marriage. I know you didn't expect me to say this here, but I'm sorry that I took what was not mine for the taking. I can assure you that I was in total agony during the time that I was away from you. I thought I was going to die. That pain I felt was nothing near what I deserved for what I did to you. Yet God looked down on a man like me and graced me with the opportunity to father our child, and more than that, to love and be loved by you. I promise to make the best of the opportunity, and I will cherish you and our child for richer, for poorer, for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, until death do us part. Tears trickled down his handsome face, and I couldn't keep my eyes from becoming misty too. I blinked furiously to hold back the tears. I reached up and wiped away his tears with both my thumbs. Then I let my hand slide down the side of his face and stay there as I said my vows. Baby, I don't care what you've done. That was the past, and it's unchangeable, so forget about it. I let out a tiny laugh. This is the second time I've seen you cry, but I can assure you it won't be the last, because from now on, we'll share every moment together with our son and any other children we'll have. We'll cry together, laugh together, have fun together, and love together. Because I'll be with you for richer, for poorer, for better, or for worse, in sickness and in health, until death do us part, and even then I'll still love you. We didn't even wait for the pastor to say, "You may kiss the bride." We just came together. When we parted, I again forgot everything about my makeup as the tears started to flow. Janine and Peter said their vows, with Miguel and myself almost in oblivion. Janine, like Jacob in the Bible, I've waited a long time for this day to come. I can truly say, though, that just like Jacob was satisfied when he finally received Rachel as his wife, it was worth the wait. What I feel now is something I've never felt in all my life. It's inexplicable. The only way I know to transfer that joyous feeling to you is by giving you everything you deserve in the years to come. Just being here with you fulfills me. You make me whole. That other half that was missing has finally come to me, and it fits well. May God keep us together with a holy adhesive that will never grow old, never wear out, and never allow us to part. As Marcia said, not even death shall part us. I love you forever. My heart beats for you and only you. Janine was now sobbing uncontrollably, and Peter took her in his tender embrace. By this time, almost everyone in the congregation was either sobbing quietly or was misty-eyed. When she had stopped crying, she responded to her groom. I've never felt a love like this. It's unparalleled, unmistakable, undeniable. I love you from my inner being, my core, from a place I never knew even existed before this time. I had expectations that were laid out for every male I'd encounter. Expectations of hurt, pain, and deep, deep sorrow. But in all the years I've known you, you've been nothing but adorable, beautiful, pure in your love for me. I may have hurt you by pushing you away time and time again, when I found it hard to trust, hard to believe that love could happen to me. How can one not trust you? You've done nothing but love me with gentle patience, even when the prospects didn't seem bright at all. I have kept all your letters, every single one, and they show progressing love, never negative, never waning. So now I've come to show you that I love you, and I can't help but to love you. Neither would I have wanted to. Peter was the one wiping away tears this time around, with a loving look for his bride fastened on his face. It's the first time I've seen you cry, but it won't be the last. If God gives me breath, I'll spend each waking moment ensuring that the tears of joy running down your cheeks just now have cause to return to your handsome face. I love you, she continued. I, along with Peter and all her close friends in the congregation and at the altar, were all amazed. This was surely not the shy, internal Janine that we knew. Not even I knew she had all of that in her. She actually initiated the kiss between them before the pastor could say, "You may kiss the bride." Peter had certainly brought to the fore something that was in the very deep recesses of her heart. The pastor threw his hands up in mock defeat, and the congregation joined him in laughter. As soon as they had parted, the pastor said, "Now you may both kiss your brides." The congregation cheered as we kissed again. When we stepped back, we were surrounded in a fresh swarm of the most beautiful butterflies I had ever seen. It was much more than I could ask for. Perfect. Just perfect. The heart of the matter. Forgiveness is the key to overcoming the hurt you may feel from whatever it is that you may have been through. Your pain is real, whether the person who hurt you knows it and acknowledges it or not. What you feel is a real issue. However, bitterness does not help. It hurts you. It eats you out and slowly destroys you like bacteria working as an agent of decomposition. It festers like a sore and breaks out, making you ugly and unattractive to the onlooker. It deprives you of so many things, maybe a husband, because you are so unapproachable, or love. You turn people away when they express love to you and you shut them out. If you continue, you'll never know what love feels like. It deprives you of your happiness, your joy, your peace of mind, your health, because you constantly have a negative reaction to the memories that pop up so often. Yes, it does affect your health. Your heart suffers as a result of anger. Stress is said to be one of the contributors to the formation of an ulcer, and that stress can be caused by your reaction to your situation. Depression is a common health problem and leads to other problems, such as lowered self-esteem, because some people react to antidepressant tablets by gaining weight, and depression can lead to suicide or suicidal tendencies. You may snap at people because you have allowed yourself to become so defensive, trying to protect yourself from hurt at all cost. Yet, you don't realize that you are hurting yourself more. A lot of the things we worry about never happen. So, imagine not taking a chance on 100 people who try to break into your little circle. You shut them all out. Maybe 90% of them would have turned out to be terrific friendships. And if they went sour after a 3-year friendship, think about 3 years of quality friendship that you had and not the fact that friendship has ended. Take away from it what you can. Some persons are seasonal. They come into your life to teach you one thing or the other. Then they leave. Like it or not, their friendship has become obsolete to you. If they stay, they'll probably be more of a liability to you than an asset. Take a chance on someone. Not all persons are out to hurt you. Forgive people. We all make mistakes once in a while, and that's all it is sometimes. A mistake not intended to harm you. If someone did intend to harm you, you still need to forgive them. As said before, you are only harming yourself for holding it against them. Even if it seems that all they do is to go around and hurt people, leave it be. In time, they will receive their just reward. It is not your job to rain justice on anyone in that position for the wrong they have done. Believe me, you won't feel fulfilled, no matter how badly you hurt that person. And one thing is for sure, God will never forget a wrong done to you. He will vindicate. Think about how you feel when you make blunders. How would you want someone to react to you? Whatever your answer is, apply that to persons who hurt you. Think of God's will and purpose for you through this situation. All things must go through God before they come to you. Always remember, all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. Focus on the purpose, then you will live with a joy that no one can take away from you, and you will be satisfied.